All right, Fab4 futures fam, let's get started with our Fab4 futures and we'll touch a little bit on gold. All right, we're going to start out with YM weekly. In TCG, we like to talk about areas and zones of resistance. So it's not a hard and fast number like this stop here, this level 27,312 right there. We have that level that would be prior support, possibly acting as resistance, and then you have a zone. So you have a zone where price really just stayed in this level while the bulls and bears just kind of sorted their life out. So we really had this dense, let's call it dense inventory here on YM. So we're arriving in that zone now. And yesterday we talked about the 50 MA overhead at 26361, and by golly, we touched it by almost, well, we missed it by $7 today. So this is one of those key levels we talked about last night that may come into play. We hit it and we pulled back pretty sharply. So on the daily chart, we have this resistance still of 27,075. We didn't get close there, and we're also hitting the 200 overhead on the daily. 200's at 26248. This has me have a bearish lean. Doesn't mean I'm a bear. It just has my perspective here is what has more meat on the bone as a trader? Is there more meat on the bone as a bull or more meat on the bone as a bear? Well, given the current overall economic conditions, I would say there is more meat on the bone to the downside. We do have some numbers coming out tomorrow we do need to be aware of, by the way. I should throw that in. So on Dow, your levels are 26060 and 26056. Nice little double bottom there to buy that dip and get that bounce today, and you have that resistance at 26368. RTY, we have the 50 and the 100 MA overhead, and on the daily we have this level here of 1548. We're not getting close to that level yet, but most importantly we have the 200 MA overhead at 1480. So just a pause for concern, or a cause for a pause for concern, I should say. Just something to watch. We do have an hourly equilibrium where we have a higher high, higher low, lower high, higher low, and we got a lower high here. And that resistance level is 1458.80 and 1460 in your support, 1437.20 and 1435. ES, we have this level on the daily that we got, this 3137. We came close today, 3126.75, and our RSI on the daily is at 68, just something to note. So we're just entering this area, and it's another zone, y'all. So you see this zone right here. I'm not going to draw the rectangle, but you get my drift, where we had a lot of inventory and where buyers and bulls, or bulls and bears, just really duked it out in this level, and we're reaching that area of congestion overhead. So on the 4-hour, we have lost our uptrend. However, it could be a bull flag, so we need to be careful. When we lose, so look at this 12-hour, it could be a bull flag. So we covered, I believe it was yesterday, when we lose a lower low. So we had a higher low, lower high, and we drop to a lower low. When we drop to a lower low and we lose that trend change with very little follow through, we zoom out to higher time frames and look for potential flags, and by golly, we have a bull flag potential on ES 12-hour to be aware of. Despite having all of these resistances overhead, price action is king, queen, prince, and princess, and right now the bulls have just been showing us a lot. Today's consolidation was healthy. We'll see if the bears can manage more tomorrow. So today's high came very close to this all-time high of 97.63. We came within 20 points, and then we had a sharp pullback. And also to note, we have some decreasing volume and on the weekly, even though we have 1 day left. But just overall, it looks like it's shaping up to be a lower volume week, and we had increasing bear volume on the daily that is noteworthy. So on the hourly, we have lost our uptrend. You have support at 9572, 9504, and your nearby resistance, let's get that off the 30-minute, is 9671. We got a double top there, and 974250. So in summary, on these 4 charts, even though we have potential bull flag on ES, I am still looking to the bearish side. I started my bearish perspective last night, and I gave you, I believe it was 5 different points for my claim of a potential bearish stance, and we got some follow through today on that thesis. And then finally, we have gold. Gold on the daily is looking for that higher low relative to 1684.20 right here. We're looking for that higher low. So just something to be on the lookout for with gold. So what I would like to do is possibly snag a 4-hour higher low. So we have this low at 1690.30. We're running into resistance overhead of the 50-day moving average. I would love to buy a pullback in this area, and that zone is between 1710 and 1715, kind of, and grab that 4-hour higher low for potential resumption of the trend to the upside and snagging that daily higher low. Well, that's it for me in futures, and I will be seeing y'all around.